Welcome lads to Fight Hard, Fight Clean, and welcome to the new channel. More about that at the end of the video. We have more important matters to discuss, like how Floyd Mayweather is fighting Mike Tyson next year. No joke, it's not a rumor, it's not a tweet that is getting some attention. It's been confirmed. Contracts have been signed. Spring of 2026. Floyd Mayweather and Mike Tyson will be fighting. Here's the fight poster. Obviously, they're going to label it as a super exhibition, even though it's just an exhibition. You know, you can't have a sanctioned fight with a 60-year-old Mike Tyson and a 40-something-year-old Floyd Mayweather. Mike Tyson's a heavyweight. Floyd Mayweather is a lightweight. They would not get away with trying to sanction this fight. And I don't think they would want to sanction it, especially Floyd. I mean, if Floyd gets caught with a bad shot and somehow loses, then that 50-0 record is completely gone. So yeah, this is going to be an exhibition. This fight's not going to go on anyone's record. Now, looking back at boxing history, this is obviously one of two of boxing's finest athletes. I wouldn't say they hate each other, but from what I've seen, Mike is not the biggest fan of Floyd Mayweather. Basically, this disdain comes from Mike believing that just because Floyd Mayweather is 50-0, that doesn't qualify him for being the greatest of all time. And honestly, I think that's a valid argument. Obviously, going 50-0 in however many years he's been boxing, it's not easy. But then you look at fighters like Muhammad Ali, who has been defeated in the past, but he was able to not only use his words to get into his opponent's heads, but he was able to provoke positive change in the world with his words. Or George Foreman, rest in peace. He went 76-5. He had 81 fights in his career, and after he had a hiatus from the sport, he had a 24-fight win streak. So, is Floyd one of the greatest of all time? Absolutely. Is he the greatest of all time? It's up for debate. In response to the fight, Floyd said, "I've been doing this for 30 years, and there hasn't been a single fighter that can tarnish my legacy. You already know that if I'm going to do something, it's going to be big and it's going to be legendary. I'm the best in the business of boxing. This exhibition will give the fans what they want." Did we want this? Who wanted this? Did you want this? Did I want... Who wanted this? I mean, this is one of those fights where it would come up in a random debate with your buddies in the garage, like, hey buddy, what would you think? What do you think would happen if Mike Tyson was a lightweight and went up against Floyd Mayweather? Or like, oh, what if Floyd Mayweather was a heavyweight? Like, that's like a random debate you have in the garage with your buddies when another fight's happening. That's not something that you actually thought was going to happen at some point, but it's gonna happen. So we might as well just look at the statistics, because we can't ignore facts. All right, Mike Tyson is 5'10". His last fight was Jake Paul, and he weighed in for that fight at 228.4 pounds. He has a 71-inch reach, and he's 50-6 with 44 knockouts. Then you look at Floyd Mayweather, who is 5'8". His last fight was John Gotti III, or a rematch for John Gotti III, and he weighed in at 160 pounds. He has a 72-inch reach, and he's 50-0 with 27 knockouts. The crazy thing is, they both have the same amount of wins, but Mike has more fights under his belt with those 6 losses. And here's the kicker. In terms of age, Mike Tyson is 59 years old, and he will be 59 by the time the fight comes around. And Floyd Mayweather is 48. So looking at these stats here, the only main discrepancy I'm seeing is the weight. They might have to take a leaf out of Jake Paul and Gervonta Davis's playbook, because 228 pounds to 160 pounds, that's a decent amount of weight. That's about a what? 60-pound weight difference? That's a decent chunk of change right there. So either Mayweather's going to come up and Mike's going to come a little bit down. They're just going to fight at their regular weight, and whatever's going to happen. But yeah, Mike Tyson is certainly going to have the weight advantage coming into this fight. Like, golly. Looking at their previous fights, like I said, Mike Tyson's last fight was Jake Paul. Can't believe I'm saying that. And Floyd Mayweather's last fight was the rematch against John Gotti III. And looking back, Mayweather looks a lot more athletic than Mike Tyson. And that's to be expected. Mayweather is about 10 years younger than Mike, but it's easy to see that Mayweather is still very agile for 48 years old. If we look at the actual fight against John Gotti, he was having fun in there. You know, he was smiling, dancing around. He was still able to use his feet a lot. He was still able to land when he could. And he was just having fun, which I think is the only reason Mayweather's having or still boxing at this point in his career. Make money, have fun, leave with a bag. And I think this fight is no different from that. And looking back at Tyson's last fight, which again, Jake Paul, what the fuck? He had a great start for the first 2 rounds. He landed a decent amount of punches, and I predicted this. I knew that Mike Tyson was guaranteed to win the first round because Jake would have to adjust to one of the greatest of all time coming at him, regardless of his age. I think he landed a decent jab. You know, he landed a decent amount of punches, but after those 2 rounds, his stamina and agility started to go on the decline. And then I would say after the 4th or 5th round, it was not really about Tyson trying to knock him out. It was more just about Tyson trying to make it to the end, and Jake just landing punches to make it look competitive, but really it was a light sparring match from that point on. So if this fight does go forward, and it does happen next year, in terms of game plans, I'm thinking Floyd Mayweather's going to do what he's always done. He's going to be moving a lot. He's going to come in and land a shot when he can, and then he's going to go right back to moving, because I don't think he wants to risk getting hit by Mike Tyson. This is definitely one of the harder hitting people he's fought in his career. And for Mike Tyson, I think, again, like the Jake Paul fight, he's definitely going to win the first round. But from then on, yeah, basically turning into a sparring match. But I need more details. We all need more details about this fight. I need to know the amount of rounds, how long each round is going to be, because the John Gotti fight Floyd Mayweather fought, that was 3-minute rounds. Jake Paul versus Mike Tyson, those were 2-minute rounds, and I'm not sure if that was because they needed to make it a professional bout and they needed to adjust the times to make it a professional fight, but that extra minute, that could have some bad effects for Mike. But also, we don't even know the confirmed date. We know there's 4 seasons: winter, spring, summer, and fall. We know it's in spring of next year, but we don't have a date or even a month. So as we need to get that sorted, we need to get the rounds, the confirmed weight. Everything is up in the air right now, but again, this is another bank robbery fight. They're gonna make a bag, then head out. And I've seen people on Twitter like, oh, this is a mockery, this is bad, but listen, truth is, you're gonna watch it. Whether it's on DAZN, Netflix, Prime Video, YouTube TV, Triller, Fanmeo, you know, your mailbox, a bar, your eyes are gonna be laying on this fight. Regardless, even if you don't watch it live, you can't resist looking at the highlights of Floyd Mayweather versus Mike Tyson. You just can't. If I have to give a prediction, if they're gonna pick a definite winner, I would say Floyd is gonna steal it. Like I said, he's gonna be moving, landing shots when he can, then he's gonna move right out. It's gonna be exciting to see them both fight again. They don't need to fight. Their legacies are already cemented. They're 2 of the greatest of all time. They don't need to fight, but if they feel they need to, I'm not going to complain. I'm going to fight it. I'm going to watch it. I'm going to enjoy it. And you should too. There's a saying in boxing, if it makes money, it makes sense. And in terms of this fight, apparently it makes the utmost sense. Who do you guys think is going to win? How do you think the fight's going to go? Please let me know in the comments down below. But also, more about this new channel. Yes, there is now a separated Fight Hard, Fight Clean channel, which is the one you are on right now. I felt like EB Trailers was getting too cluttered with like a bunch of random videos, like the Fight Hard, Fight Clean videos, the trailers, gaming videos, just random edits. So I decided I like the style of these videos. I didn't want to make a gaming channel, so I decided let's separate the talking videos to its own channel, and then we'll keep EB Trailers for the fight trailers and the edits and the gaming and all that good jazz. Hopefully it's going to be fun to rebuild a channel again. It's going to be a cool experience. Maybe we can take over EB Trailers. Let's see what we can do with this. And again, if you want more Fight Hard, Fight Clean, come back to this channel. There's no more Fight Hard, Fight Clean on the EB Trailers channel. Yes, the first 10 episodes are there. They're going to stay there, but there's going to be no new episodes on that channel. And as always, my friends, for season 2 of Fight Hard, Fight Clean, fight hard, fight clean, and I'll see you in the next video. Have a great one.